I'm ChezPride and welcome back to another Sims 4 related video. And today I want to make a random Sims family. At this point in time, I have no idea what I want them to be like or look like. All I know is I want to make a family with a dog. And I thought to do that we could play with the Sims 4 Create a Sim story mode. So if you somehow didn't know, a few years back, the Sims team threw in a feature in Create a Sim to where when you open your game and open a new save file and automatically get thrown into Create a Sim to, create the sim you want to play with, you get the option to create a randomly generated sim from a quiz. And this is really good for when you want to open and start a new fresh save file, but you have no idea what kind of sim you want to play with or what kind of story you want to play with, because this feature kind of gives you a random starting point on both of those. So it gives you like a random job, a random starting budget, random traits, a random aspiration, all of the things. But I feel like I never use this feature, mainly because when they first came out with it, pretty much the only thing you could customize was like their physical appearance. You could change their gender and you could change what they look like, but everything else was set in place. So you couldn't change like their traits or, what job you want to have. If you didn't like those things, you were pretty much screwed. And I mean, it is kind of the point of the story mode to create those things randomly, but I like the idea to be able to adjust it a little bit more. So I normally don't use this, but apparently somewhat recently they've made it to where the sim afterwards is a bit more customizable. Not completely, but somewhat. So I'm curious to see how much more customizable it is. So today we are going to be taking a quiz and making a random family based off the sim I get from this quiz. So if I remember how this works and is set up correctly, which like I said, I pretty much haven't used this feature since it came out. And when I do use this feature, most of the time I'm not taking it seriously because I just want a random sim to start with. I'm not actually playing with them. I just need a new save file. So I'll press OK and then just press random answers and not even read the question. But today I plan on doing it as it was intended and actually trying to answer the question seriously. But if I remember how this works correctly, basically it says, "Hi, would you like to create my story? We'll start with a fun personality quiz. Afterwards, you can customize my appearance." So normally I press no thanks because I just want to create my own sim. I always normally have an idea of what I want to create. But if I press OK, it's going to ask me what age I want to start with. And you can't start with a teen or younger. So I think it's just young adult, adult, or elder. And then it's just a bunch of random questions. I don't remember exactly how many questions, but it's not always the same questions. Basically, there's like a pool of questions in this save, not in the save, but in this part of the game that is saved into the coding. And it just pulls a random assortment of questions from that pool. So if you do take it over and over again, you're probably going to get some of the same questions, but not all the same questions all the time. So they try to keep it interesting and to where it can be different results every time. But pretty much you just get a random assortment of questions, you answer them, and then you get the sim. And over here, it'll tell you not only their traits and personality, aspiration, and all that, but like their job, their budget, and whatnot. So let's go ahead and start by creating a random sim. And when I say random, I mean pretty random. Like I'm going to be answering the questions with random intent, because I feel like every time I've used this feature and I'm not just pressing random answers without even reading the question, I tend to always answer the question as if the sim was myself. And the whole point of this video is to create a completely random family with a dog. Like that is my whole point of this video. So I'm going to be trying to answer the questions without answering them as if I was the sim. Not to say that I won't answer any of the questions like myself, but my goal is to make a sim that is not my personality. So with all that being said, I say let's jump in, no turning back, let's answer some questions and make a random sim, and we are going to start that by pressing OK. And like I said, the very first question they are going to ask you, no matter how many times you take this quiz, is your age. So it literally says, let's start with the easy question, what age am I? And as I stated earlier, you can't start the game with a teen or younger because they count as having to have caregivers. So unless you kill your sim or start with cheats, you typically have to start with a young adult or older. And I feel like personally, I typically always, from these options, always am making young adults or elders. I typically always make young adults or younger. I make a good handful of elders, especially since Love Struck came out. I know that sounds so weird, but I've really been liking making elders since that pack came out. So I feel like out of these three options, I don't make adults as much as I make any of the other options. So I think since we're trying to make a really random sim out of my comfort zone, let's go ahead and start with adult. The first thing I'm noticing here is, one, it doesn't tell you how many questions they're going to ask. So I guess I'm just going to have to keep count. But also there is a new question button. So if you don't like the question that you're getting, you can randomize a new question. You just have to keep in mind there's only so many questions. Like, we get the rest of our questions from a big pool of questions. But if you're doing this over and over and over and over again for some reason, then you might get tired of repeating some of the same questions. So you have to be careful how many times you choose a new question. But this one is actually right up my alley, and it says, if I get asked out on a date, what is my response? Go out, it could be fun. Ask who else they like. Politely decline. I feel like most of the time I was like, go out, it could be fun. So maybe I'll just politely decline, because I feel like once I create the sim, they're gonna already have a partner. So I feel like we can just politely decline and be like, sorry, we already have someone. All right. Okay. This one is definitely having to do with the ego living pack. So I guess if you have packs, you get more question options. I would have assumed all the questions were going to be base game because this is a base game feature. But I guess it does make sense to tie in packs where you can, and therefore giving the people that paid for the DLC more for their buck by adding questions into this feature. I guess it makes sense to me, but I don't know. This is asking about the air quality in the neighborhood, and I think, one, I just want to try the new question button, but two, that eco living and get famous are my two least favorite packs. They're the only packs that I really wish I hadn't bought. And I didn't even get eco living when it first came out because I didn't think I would like it that much. And then I was like, oh, should try it. It has some cute options. But yeah, now I wish I hadn't gotten it. So I think I'm just going to skip this question because I want nothing to do with eco living. Okay. The best stories have happy endings, have unexpected plot twists, are written by me. Okay. So I don't want my sim to be an author because I've played with so many authors before. I mean, not that I'm going to be playing with a sim, but I don't know. I'm trying to do something different. So I would always say have happy endings because I'm just that type of person. But maybe we'll say have unexpected plot twists. Maybe this person likes to live on the edge. Okay, the best music. Oh, I haven't been counting questions. Shit. Okay, I think we're on 2. I think this is the third one because the first one was about romance, and then the next one I switched, so this would be the third question, I think. The best music comes from a radio, is played live, comes from video games. Honestly, is played live is what I would personally choose. I love seeing music live, but maybe this Sims says comes from the radio. Alright, which means this is question 4? It looks like it'd be 10 questions, but I'm trying to count to make sure. It says, I love visiting the park to get some fresh air, go jogging, pet all the dogs. Pet all the dogs. I want the Sim to be a dog lover. I really do, because I want to create a random dog in this video. So, we're going to pet all the dogs. Ooh, yay. More dog-related questions. Okay, so I think when we get to this one, this will be like at the halfway point. So I'm assuming this is question 5, and there'll be 10 questions. But it says, the best part of owning a pet is, I love the fact that it's giving me questions from the pet pack. That actually makes me happy. Okay, teaching them new tricks, hearing my cat purr, giving them a forever home. Okay, I know I said I wouldn't answer like me, but giving them a forever home, like, you have to answer it that way. I guess teaching them tricks would make sure you're a dog lover, but I really think everyone should say giving them a forever home. Alright. Yeah, that got us about halfway through, so I think it's 10 questions, because that was question 5, so this is question 6. How do I get by in life? Intelligence and hard work. I quote-unquote borrow things. I mooch off friends. I feel like they should be intelligent and hardworking. Like, I feel like they would make their own way in life. What defines success? Having mean friends, being rich, bettering the world. It's supposed to give you different ranges of money you can start with. So you can start with, like, under the starting amount. But every time I've gotten this sim, done this, I've gotten just the standard amount. I've seen other people get lower amounts. I've seen other people get higher amounts. And I kind of want my sim to start out with a higher budget than just the standard budget. So maybe I'll try putting being rich, even though I honestly don't agree with that. But I kind of want to see if I can get my sim to have a little bit more money. There's a dumpster. It's not on fire or anything. Okay, obviously, they're referencing dumpster woohoos here, and I love a good dumpster woohoo. But it says, how romantic. That's where trash goes. Yep, time to loot. You know, I could see the sim, just from the rest of the questions, looting. Alright, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is 10 questions. I've stopped counting. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure we're on question 9, and the next one's question 10. I don't know. This could be question 10. But considering the halfway point was 5 questions, I'm pretty sure it's 10 questions. Alright, but it says, before bed, I'm likely to rate dogs on the internet, browse cat videos, release the robot vacuum. No, I hate robots. Okay. Since I want them to be a dog lover, I'm going to say rate dogs on the internet. I need a new couch. What is my go-to solution? I don't like this question. I haven't used the new question button a lot. Let's just do it for the last question. Being a good tenant. Ooh. Okay, so this is tying in for rent. So it says, it's basically the same as being a good person. Doesn't matter if you're the one in charge of the place. Makes you an important part of the community. I would say it's basically the same as being a good person. Alright. So this is the sim we are starting out with. Ooh, they kind of look like non-binary almost. Okay, interesting. Oh, and they're a dog and a cat lover. Interesting. Okay. But, of course, when you first get it, it says, hey, nice to meet you. Feel free to assign my gender, adjust my appearance, and select my clothing. Thanks to my sim story, I already have appearance, traits, and skills that you can update. Don't forget to give me a name. Okay, so literally, they used to like have it where these things couldn't be changed, the traits, the skills. So they did update this paragraph since the last time I did this. So we're going to do this. And when you do press OK, you get all the normal stuff. So you can see here, well, they're not going to let you go teen or younger, but you can change this now if you wanted to, which kind of makes it pointless to ask the first question, but whatever. You can come and customize all this, which was already customizable, but now if you don't like their aspiration or their trait, you can completely just change it. But you do have this that I think, unfortunately, you still cannot change, which is a little unfortunate, especially since actually I'm not a fan of this story because we are starting unemployed. So the first thing you get chosen is your career, and this sim is starting out with no career. So I was hoping that they would get a career that they were kind of somewhat already far ahead in, but they are ambitious. That's a little sad. Okay. And then the next one is a skill that your sim already has. So this sim already has the veterinary skill. And with them being a dog lover, a cat lover, and ambitious, I think that makes perfect sense. Their skill is writing. And I did specifically say I didn't want the sim to be a writer. So I'm a little sad that the other skill is writing. But their starting funds is standard. Every time I use this freaking quiz, I get starting funds. Like just standard starting funds. That's... Okay, the sim did turn out to be a dog lover, but everything else was not what I wanted. But I don't want my sim to be a cat lover, so I think I'm actually going to turn off the cat lover. And honestly, I don't think nerd brain is the right route here. So I do like the ambitious and the dog lover. Let's see. They do identify as female. I kind of almost want to make them like non-binary. All right, but let's choose one more trait. Let's see. Dog lover, ambitious. Maybe let's see. I want to do something fun. I don't want just like boring traits. I want a fun trait. So maybe they can I almost want to do with hates children, but I also kind of wanted them to have like a sibling or something. Or a partner, or with a child. I don't think they would have a child of their own, though. I feel like they would have, like, a teen sibling. So maybe she hates children, but that doesn't count teens. Is that bad? I don't know. But maybe they're more focused on being a dog lover, and because of that, they can be a friend of the animals. Or... maybe since it asked that question about being a good tenant, maybe the sim wants to be a good tenant. So they want to be a good tenant, they're ambitious, they're a dog lover, and they hate children. Okay, well, this is an interesting sim. They are cute, though. They are cute. I don't feel like I really even have to adjust their face much. Maybe just the eyes ever so slightly. It's not even that I want to like completely change them. I just want to fix this corner here. Everything else is actually kind of cute. I just don't like that corner. But everything else about their parents I actually really like. Maybe we can make their eyes a bit darker. And honestly, maybe we can give them dark brown hair instead of black hair. And I don't mind the short hair. I know I haven't given them a name yet. I literally always give the name last. So maybe not a quite shaved head. We could do with like a short look though. I kind of like this one from Love Struck. It's kind of fitting. Let's also just look at some other options we have. I mean, we also could use a new one for rent. Ooh, this one from Crystal Creations is really cute. It's kind of like the other hair from Love Struck, but a little bit cuter. I don't know. I like it a little bit better. So maybe we'll start with this. Honestly, everything else look-wise is honestly really good. And I don't feel like they would wear a lot of makeup. Maybe I'll just give them some eyelashes and call it a day, because I think they're really pretty the way they are. Yeah, just like some simple eyelashes like that. We just put them in every category. Maybe we can just adjust this ever so slightly. Yeah, there we go. This is cute. This is a cute sim. Okay. And they seem to really like white. So I actually think we may just go with that. I was going to randomize their preferences, but maybe I just randomize everything and then put that they like white. So they like dancing and handiness, but dislikes robotics. I'm with you, girl. I don't like robotics. They like the color green, dislike gray and purple. Okay, you can dislike purple. You cannot dislike gray because you're going to like gray and white. So this sim likes gray, white, and green. Let's see. Conversation. You dislike discussing interests. That's fine. Everything else. You know, I'm going to take off the preferences and the categories I don't care about, which is decor and fashion preferences. They like spirited sims and rascals. Maybe their little sibling can be a spirited rascal sim. And then for music, they like disco music, but they hate S-pop and winter holiday music. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Honestly, I don't mind this top, but I don't know if we want to stick with it. So maybe, you know what? Actually, I'm going to start with the pants. I'm going to start with the pants because I kind of want white pants. I very much see this being a white pants galley. Alright, so let's go ahead and choose something. I always use like skinny jeans. I'm trying to go out of my comfort zone. But also I don't feel like they would wear a skirt. So I won't go that far out of my comfort zone. Let's see. They are an adult. So I don't feel like they would dress like super trendy. I don't know. I just feel like adults don't really care that much about the current fashion. Well, most adults. Not all adults. But we could do something like this, simple. And they are supposed to be kind of ambitious. I kind of like these from the business and hobbies pack. I don't think I've actually used these yet. So we could do that. Maybe we pair it with a green shirt. This little blouse from the Sweet Allure kit. That's really cute. That's cute. And then we could pair it with like a cute green shoe. I could see this working. Hold on. I keep choosing packs instead of colors. Okay. Let's see. What kind of shoe? Like, do we go with a boot? Because that actually works color-wise really well. I could see this girl like rocking sandals or flip-flops. Her feet are so small though. Can we make them a little bit bigger? Like, I honestly just want the feet to be slightly bigger. Okay, that looks, I don't know about that sandal, but I like the idea of this. Okay, those, I don't like the orange on those. I don't like the orange on those. That's the problem I'm having with most of these sandals. Is not the green on them, it's the other colors. These aren't that bad. We can go with something like this. Maybe she wears a watch. I don't really see her being necessarily like the nail type of girl, but I could see her wearing a nice watch. I don't know if I want that watch though. What about this one? The bracelets are a little busy, but I like the watch itself. Maybe I'll give her a couple No, don't like it. Maybe we just go with the really simple one. Let's just go with a really simple one. We can do it in silver. Alright, so that's pretty cute for her look, everyday look. Now let's go into formal. Now I definitely see her being more of a bodysuit type of galley. And I don't think she would wear white. I don't think she would wear white as a formal outfit. Because I feel like if she was going to go to weddings, that wouldn't work for her. So maybe we could look at green sets. We have this one from the wedding pack. Speaking of weddings, I don't hate this. Her everyday, like the green is kind of darker. But maybe since she likes white and green, this could be a move. And we could pair it with like a nice green shoe. We have these from the Sweet Allure kit since we're already using that, but I don't know if bows is really her vibe. I'd say that as I pick out another bow. But there's not a lot of nice green formal shoes in the color I'm wanting. I don't know. I guess that could work. I could also do a white heel. That is an option as well. But I don't know if I like that as much. Wait, what about this one in white? I just feel like that's too girly for her. But that's too cottagey. That's too hipstery. I feel like she's just kind of basic. Okay, I feel like these are kind of fitting. I feel like that just goes with the age and the outfit. I don't know. I feel like that's fitting. All right, so that can be her formal look. And then this is not her athletic wear. This is not what I'm putting her in. Okay, but I do want to start with a white sweatpants. I couldn't think of the word for a minute. Okay, let's go with some white sweatpants, perhaps. Do we have any good ones? Like, I feel like most of the sweatpants are just not great. But I feel like she wouldn't really wear shorts to work out in. So we're going to do, like, a simple white sweatpant with, like, a fun green top. Maybe, like, just an accent green could work. We could also go full green shirt. But I kind of like this. I wish they had, like, a dog version of this. We only have the cat jacket. I would really love a dog jacket. I feel like that would totally be her vibe. We could go with this. I just feel like she wouldn't show a lot of her stomach. Yeah, I think I like this one the best. I feel like this is the best. And then we can add more of the green in by, like, adding, like, this type of shoe or something. Like, a shoe with a green accent, I feel like would be the best scenario here. Ooh, we could do that. I was going to go with a black and green shoe, but I like that. Do they have black and green in this one? Of course they don't. That's not adult enough for her. That's not adult enough for her. We have these. What about these? These are base game and simple. I kind of like them. Okay. So have that as her athletic wear. Let's go for her sleepwear. I do think like she would wear some kind of slippers. We could go with those. I know I picked out the slipper before the outfit, but I feel like that we should base it off the slippers. All right. Ooh, what about this from Business and Hobbies? This is kind of cute and like totally her vibe. So we're going to do that. Party wear, not this. Definitely not this. Okay. I feel like we'd be kind of formal, but not too formal. I mean, there's this. I really like this. This is kind of new as well, so I don't mind using this. So let's go ahead and put, should we just use the same shoe we ended up using for a formal or something similar? I feel like, let's see how it looks with the party wear. If we put the party wear, maybe a different color. Maybe the color's what's throwing me off. I mean, we could go with the green. I like it in the blackish brown. That looks good to me. Alright, swimwear. Definitely gonna give her the green sandals. And then, I don't know, is this too young looking? I kind of like the shirt. The shirt is kind of fun, but I also was thinking about giving her a full body outfit. I really don't like that one on her. That's too adultish. That's more like grandma-ish. I don't know. I think this one's fun. This one's fun mainly because the shirt matches the sandals, and I like that. Maybe they would have some sunglasses for their swimwear. That would be fun. Do we have like some... we have these white ones. Yeah, I like that. So we can do that for their swimwear. Hot weather wear. Honestly, I kind of want to use the same top as her every day, but maybe pair it with some shorts. These are kind of in the same spirit of the pants she's wearing her every day. The fact that it's like kind of skirty in the front and pantsy in the back, but shorts instead. So I wouldn't hate this. And how do these shoes look with those shorts? No. Absolutely not happening. Not happening. I wouldn't mind the shoes being green, though. Let's see. Let's see what we have for green shoes in this category. There are these. I don't love those. Okay, I feel like out of all the options it's giving us, these are the least worst. We'll just go with these for now. And honestly, I feel like I should be putting this watch on like almost all her outfits. Hold on, let me go. I think I specifically have to go into bracelet and then apply to all outfits to do that. But it doesn't need to be in her sleepwear, but it doesn't show her sleepwear. It doesn't need to be in her swimwear. I'll take it off for her swimwear. But I think every other outfit, the watch from the first outfit would work. And then, ooh, not the vibe. Not the vibe. Okay, so I think for her cold weather wear, maybe let's try to use the pants from her everyday. I really like implying the everyday outfit into her cold and hot weather outfit. Or not just her, but just in general. That I tend to do that a lot. Ooh, we could do that. I was trying to use it because it's also from the Sweet Lore kit, but I'm not that big of a fan. This is kind of cute. Not digging the corset piece, though. I don't feel like the corset piece is really her vibe. Honestly, I kind of like this sweater. This sweater is not bad. And then we could try to, put some boots on that are pretty much the same green color. Like this, maybe. That's cute. And maybe they would wear hats. Since they have short hair, maybe they would wear a hat. I don't put hats on my Sims a lot, but I do sometimes. We could do like, this is why I don't like hats. They all look weird. They all look weird. Not the bucket hat. Not the beanie. Oh my god. None of the... Do I even want a hat at this point? Oh, well, the beanie's not that bad. We could do it... never mind. The white beanie is not that bad. We have this. That's kind of the vibe. Fedora is too fashionable or the Sim. The Sim is not that fashionable. We can go with this. I don't hate that. Alright. And with that, I think that is our randomized Sim that we made with the story mode. The only thing left is to give them a name. So I am going to customize their pronouns to they and she. So they would like a grilled cheese. So she would like a grilled cheese. Adjective, them. Bob told them about the best grilled cheese. So Bob told her grilled cheese is their first love, is her. And this just is going to make it to where in the game it's going to give her and they, them pronouns. Because you can choose for they, them, or she, her, but I feel like they wouldn't care. They would go by either she or they. So that grilled cheese is theirs, is hers, and themselves. Eliza made the grilled cheese themselves or herself. Alright. Well, I ran out of room there, but it's fine. Maybe I put self at the end and just take it off of them. Okay, there we go. So they have some custom pronouns. And honestly, most of the time, I kind of just randomize the name until I get one I like. So, let's see. What is a good... Like, I feel like they would either have already had a gender neutral name or they would change their name to a gender neutral name. So, let's kind of see what I get in that category. I just don't want a super girly name. I don't feel like that. Ooh, maybe Alex. I saw Alexis, so maybe Alex would be good. I don't use the name Alex that often. So, Alex, what is going to be your last name, honey? Alex Singer? Alex North? Alex North. I don't hate that. All right. And with that, this is our Sim, Alex North. So like I said, I do feel like I said I might have a partner for them. Like when I was taking the quiz, I said like they probably would decline because they would have a partner. But as I'm making them, I just really feel like they would just have a sibling. So maybe let's go with play with genetics and we can create a teen sibling for this. And maybe like, and I know this is a adult and not a young adult, so most their sibling would probably be an adult, like logically. But I feel like maybe like her mom had a late pregnancy and then died of old age, and it kind of left her or them with their sister or brother. I kind of want to make a sister though. So maybe we can Alex, we can randomize you a sister that's a teen. And that's maybe that's the story. Maybe Alex used to have a partner and they recently broke up. And that's why they would decline a date. And their parents just died. So now they have to keep care of their teen sibling that's almost an adult until they finish high school. I think that's the story I'm going to go with. Alright, but I don't like this one. So we're going to randomize the sister until we get someone else. Ooh, this one's cute. I mean, it's pretty much identical to Alex, but I kind of want her to look a little bit different than Alex. Oh, this is different enough, but still similar. I really like the freckles. Okay, we're going with the sim. Alright, so like I said, I named them last. Maybe I will go ahead. Didn't they have, like, preferences on type of the person? What kind of person do they have? They like rascaled and spirited sims. So maybe she is ambitious. Like, can you not get ambitious for teens? Weird. Okay, well apparently you can't be ambitious. You can't be self-assured though. So maybe this sim is self-assured, but they are a bit mischievous. So I don't want to say she's a grouch. Maybe I'd give her the mischief aspiration. She wants to be the chief of mischief, but she can be self-assured and also a dog lover. This family's just going to be full of dog lovers. That's what I like to hear. And honestly, I'm going to randomize some stuff, but let's see. You can't dislike gray. Why did they both want to dislike gray? I want her to like gray and black. I know those are the colors I really want her to like. But I wanted an accent color. Okay, let's just randomize preferences again. No, that doesn't tell me an accent color. That just tells me you dislike brown. Why do you only get dislikes? I want you to like a color. Like a color. All of this is giving me... Okay, finally. Okay. We like brown, red, and yellow. Okay. I'm going to say that you like red. We're going to go with black, red, and gray. That's going to be your vibe. Alright. Activities you dislike: photography and singing. Honestly, I think you like singing. You can dislike photography. That's fine. But I feel like you would be like into singing, maybe tattooing because you're kind of a rebel. Maybe you like video games. Yeah. Maybe you dislike cooking. I don't think as a teen you're going to like cooking. Let's see. You like discussing hobbies, but like your sibling dislikes discussing interests, and you dislike stories. I don't care about decor, so I'm just going to take off decor. I feel like decor and fashion is just really annoying. Alright, and you like emotional decision makers and homebody sims, which is kind of what your sibling is. And you dislike S-pop music and summer stuff. They dislike summer music, and their sibling dislikes winter music. That's kind of funny, but they both dislike pop. They're actually very similar. I kind of love it. Let's go ahead and make this sim. So, first of all, those eyebrows gotta go. Those eyebrows gotta go. I don't mind her having, black hair, but I don't know. I think I kind of wanted to match her sister. So I'm going to give her brown hair and, I don't know. I don't know what kind of eyebrows I want. I kind of want like little eyebrows. Oh, but these are so cute with her eyes and her freckles. No, that's adorable. That's absolutely adorable. And honestly, I'm just going to probably give you the same eyelashes I gave your sister. Well, actually, I kind of like a bottom lash on her. Okay, let's give her a bottom lash. Maybe she, since she's a teen, would be a little bit experimental with makeup. Not a lot of makeup, though. I feel like she would just have, like, a little bit of black eyeliner or eyeshadow. Let's see, just a little bit. Like, even that's a little too much, in my opinion. Like, we could just do a little simple shade there. That kind of looks weird. That's too much. That's too girly. That could work. I feel like as a teen makeup, that's pretty good. So we can add that. And maybe that's like all she does. Maybe she just does her eye makeup. That's how I was as a teen. I literally just did eye makeup. Okay. I kind of like that. I could totally see the sim having some earrings, though. Like some gauges or something. Not like this. I feel like it's a little extreme for a teen. I'm thinking maybe like the base game simple gauges. Like these. I feel like these would be good for her. She likes red, so we could give them to her in red since we haven't added any red to her outfit yet. Do I give her an eyebrow piercing? Would she have been rebellious when her parents died and got an eyebrow piercing? I feel like she would have. So let's do that. And then she can have short hair like her sibling. I actually don't mind that. Do we want to go short or medium, though? I kind of like the idea of the medium hair. I don't love the dreads, but I like the idea of the medium hair. Or the short hair, I guess. I kind of like her having curly hair. Honestly, I kind of love it. I kind of love it. Okay. And you know what? We should give her a choker. That's such like a teen. I mean, chokers were a thing when I was a teen, but I feel like teens just have like, everyone has like a simple choker nowadays. Oh, that's kind of fun though. The chain one. I was gonna go for simple, but the chain is actually really fun. Oh my god. Everything I'm finding is not the vibe. Okay, well maybe the spikes are the vibe. Hold on. A red spike collar with like maybe a leather jacket. Okay. I'm having fun with this sim. Okay, take off the green. Let's go to jackets. Let's see. A leather jacket. I actually don't have a shit ton of leather jackets. Okay, but why is this kind of everything? This is kind of everything. I didn't even know this leather jacket existed, but I'm obsessed with it. I'm actually kind of obsessed with it. Okay. And then, of course, we gotta give her some... Oh, I was gonna say, of course, we gotta give her some black skinny jeans, but what about some red skinny jeans? Hold up, that would be fun. We could do the plaid. Yes, I love this sim. Hold on, and we're gonna give her some black boots. Maybe these. These are fun, and I think she would have nails. Unlike her sister, she is turning out very opposite than her sister, but with the age difference, I kind of love it. Okay, we'll give this in all her outfits. Okay. Let's also put her accessories on all her outfits. Of course they didn't copy over her freaking necklace. Okay, necklace, piercings. Okay, all that copied over. Did all her makeup copy over into all her makeup copied over into the other categories. So let's go ahead and do her formal outfit again, like her. Maybe the spike necklace comes off for the formal outfit. Maybe her sister would be like, no, not for the formal outfit. But I could totally see her having a full body outfit like her sister. Let's turn on red and black just to give us our options. Let's see, I don't think jumpsuit is the vibe. Alright, let's see. We could just do a simple formal look, but I feel like she would want to be more fun. That's not right vibes. That's not the right vibe. I don't love the fact that I don't love all these. What if I take off formal? I know that's asking a lot, but maybe she wouldn't be super formal. Okay, I said she wouldn't be super girly, but this is technically not under dresses. It's still under sets. And I feel like a skirt is less girly than an actual dress. So we could do this, and then we could bring in like a high boot. Like I wouldn't even mind using the same boot that we're using for her everyday wear, just to make it a little less formally. Yeah, this is kind of cute. Ooh, what if we gave her like some gloves, like some rebellious gloves? We could take off the formal. We could even do the like little steampunk gloves. Oh, don't these come with a red accent? I don't love the red on that. It's kind of a more brown. Oh, there's a more red. Okay, yeah, we could do like a red accent on the glove. I like that. Ooh, we can even do like some fun tights. Let's see. Come here. Leggings. Let's see. Do we have a fun red legging? Those are more pink. I want red. Let's turn on red filter. See what we get. We have these, and we have these. I like these the best. So we go something like this. Kind of love it. Honestly, though, hold on. Why do I want to give her a tattoo? I know I shouldn't be giving her a tattoo. She is literally a teen. But, like, hold on. Where is it? Where is the tattoo I'm thinking of? It's the one I always have been using since the base game. The heart tattoo. I could totally see her having the heart tattoo. Yeah, this one's a rebel. This is a rebellious teenager. Alright. I'm actually having more fun with the teenager than I am the actual sim that I was making for this video. Whoops. Alright. But, alright, let's go to athletic. No. We are not wearing sunglasses with our athletic wear, and this is not what our athletic wear is going to be. Absolutely not. Alright, but maybe, I actually have no idea what to do for our athletic wear. Maybe shoe with shorts? Let's pick out a short. I feel like the shorts are going to be what we base it off of. So we can go to the shorts category. I don't feel like university is the way. Maybe the parenthood shorts. And also, I don't feel like she would wear the spike collar for her athletic wear. So, we could just do like a cute little black top to go with it. So, we could do something in black. Alright, we have this tank top. We have this, which is kind of cute. Let's see, there's this. I really kind of like that. There's also this. We have a more goth versions of athletic wear too. Which we're kind of going for like a rebellious goth vibe for this sim almost. So I don't hate that idea. We go with this. This kind of looks like it's a band tank almost. I kind of like the idea of her wearing a band tank. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that. And then we can have like a red and black sneaker or something. I don't know. Let's see. Does this come in? This comes in red and black. So we could do that with maybe a little sock. I don't know, a little black sock. Maybe something a little higher than that. Black sock. There we go. I think that works. Alright. And sleepwear. Again, maybe I shouldn't have put the choker on every outfit because I have been taking it off most outfits. Alright. But I don't feel like since she's a teen, she should wear a bra to sleep in. Like she was generated. Maybe a tank top. A tank top. We could add the athletic shorts she was wearing. Or maybe some boxers. Or some, I don't know. Maybe. Ooh, those are cute. But I don't know if those are quite her vibe. I kind of like the pajama pants. They kind of remind me of her everyday wear. All right, and then big fluffy shoes. All right, that's cute. All right, party. Okay, no. No to the hat. I will keep the choker for this outfit. But I feel like she would want to be, like, kind of rebellious for her outfit. So, too girly. I don't think, like, she would have a girly look. That's a look. I don't know if that's the look, though. We could go like this. And then, like, a cute little bottom. We can even do, like, a red bottom. Ooh, I kind of like that. And then these are the shoes that we are wearing in our everyday look. So we could put these in black. Yeah, I kind of like that. And maybe add some leggings or some tights or something. Ooh, what about, like, the Harley Quinn vibes? Ooh, we could go stripes. Ooh, I kind of like the fishnets. Let's see, hold on. We have more fishnet options if I turn off the red filter too. Ooh, we could go with these. We're already using the Sweet Allure kit on the other Sims, so I don't hate the idea of that. And then maybe we put the gloves. Yeah, like these. Okay, that's a look. That's definitely a party look. Let's go swimwear. I feel like she would wear this with a red short. Maybe these. This isn't bad. And then, like, the black sandals. Again, I don't feel like she would wear the choker for this outfit, though. All right. We have that. And then her hot weather wear. Honestly, okay, I'm going to make this her cold weather wear. So we're going to just copy all this over for her cold weather. Because I think this will work for cold weather. But I don't think that would work very well for hot weather, unfortunately, which is what we have to do next. But I can at least say we have her cold weather wear outfit out of the way. Maybe we can, can we not have the nose rings? I don't think you would have the double nose rings. Sorry, girl. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Where's the other one? Why is it not easier to spot the ones she's wearing? Okay. But oh my god, those gloves. No. In the ring, no. Okay, take off the gloves. Take off the ring. Alright. I wouldn't mind you wearing gloves. Like, just wear the gloves that you normally wear. Like these. Okay. And then, honestly, I don't mind her having a hat. We gave the other Sim a hat. But maybe she would have a different type of hat here. She could have the bucket hat. I don't like the pattern on it. I don't like the beanies on them. The beanies with the short hair is kind of weird to me. I don't hate the bolo type hat, though. Is that what that's called? I don't know. But it looks cute on her. Hot weather wear. Alright, I think I'm going to go with the top and a short moment for this, maybe. I mean, there is this. We're trying to go with the rebellious type of vibe here. So we go with this. And maybe we do like a high-waisted top like this. Is that what we wore for her party wear? It's basically her party wear. Maybe we do something a little different. We could do a skirt. I mean, this is kind of the vibe. If we pair it with some leggings. And like maybe like the fishnet leggings, and then we could put some boots with it. Honestly, I don't mind her having boots. I know it's not technically hot weather, but I like the boots on her. Those are too wintry. I don't want wintry boots. Maybe like this. Yeah, I think that works. And then we can put her gloves on. Okay. No, I like this sim. Okay, so this is her everyday, her formal, her athletic, sweep. Yeah, all the outfits. All right. So we've given this sim a personality. We've given her outfits. Let's go ahead and give her a name. Elizabeth, Nora North. I like that. I kind of like Nora North. All right, so we have Nora North and Alex North. And now they are going, I think I'm gonna give her custom pronouns too. Okay, so I gave her the same pronouns as her sibling. I just think that fits, that that's that similar. And now all that is left is a dog. And I literally just want to play with the random genetics with the dog. So let's go ahead and just randomly generate a dog till I find one that I think I like. Oh, that one's cute. They're all cute. Let's see. Ooh, this one's cute. What is a mixed breed? Oh my god, the eyes. No, the eyes. Okay, hold on. This is cute. I'm adopting it just for the eyes, by the way. I kind of, hold on, furs. I don't want you to have such a thick fur. Oh my god, but skinnier furs make you look like a completely different dog. Oh, I kind of like this, though. Is the eyes still goofy? Yeah, the eyes are still goofy. Okay, let's give it a different coat color. Let's see. What we have coat-wise. Maybe I just randomize the pattern until I find one I kind of like. That's kind of cute. Oh, I kind of like the gray, black, and white. I don't know, that's cute. I do like the eyes. I might change the eye color to be darker. Oh, but that doesn't look as goofy. Oh, the blue eyes look really goofy, though. Oh, I kind of like it with the light blue eyes. That kind of defines the goofiness of it. Oh, this dog's cute. This is cute. Okay, let's give them, I think I'm just going to give them a collar. Maybe we go with, like, a light blue collar to match its... Is it a male or female? I think I want it to be a male. Let's change it to a male dog. Let's see. Let's see what traits you randomize. You get smart, loyal, and vocal. Let's not do vocal. Maybe... I don't think you'd be smart either. I'm sorry. You look like a goofy dog. Glutton, troublemaker, and, you know what? Let's make you at least loyal. You can be loyal since you originally got loyal. Glutton, troublemaker, and loyal. I think that's fitting. And I'm going to name this dog Blue. Honestly, I can't see it having any other name than Blue. And I know the whole point of me doing this video was to have a dog. And I just spent like literally like 2 seconds on the dog. But it's so cute. I don't want any other dog for this family. Like, how cute is this family with this dog? Love Blue. Okay. But I think on that note, that's pretty much the whole video. So let's go ahead and just do a little summary of the family. So we have Alex North, who is the big sister, who is recently divorced, and both of their parents just passed away because their mom was older, obviously, because Nora was a later pregnancy compared to Alex. So Alex is now keeping care of Nora, who is about to age into a young adult, but isn't quite there yet. So Alex wants to be a good tenant. They're ambitious, a dog lover, and hates children, but luckily her sister's a teen. So this is their every day, and this is them up close. Super cute. They both look very similar. But her everyday, their formal, their athletic wear, their sleepwear, their party wear, their swimwear, their hot weather wear, and their cold weather wear. And then we have their sister Nora, who is quite the opposite vibes of them. They want to be the chief of mischief. They're self-assured. They're a dog lover. And obviously, very rebellious looking. So this is them up close. So cute. But we have her every day. They're formal. There's athletic. There's sleepwear. Their party wear. Their swimwear. Their hot weather wear. And their cold weather wear. And then, of course, the whole point of this is I was trying to make a dog-loving family. So we have their dog, Blue, who is a glutton, troublemaker, and loyal. So that is it for this video, you guys. I was kind of hoping to get this video out before Pride, but technically when I'm finishing recording this video, it's like 12. It's like literally just hit Pride. So happy Pride. This isn't like my first official Pride video of the month. That will be my next video to come out. But since I'm not getting this uploaded the day before Pride like I had hoped, happy Pride when you're watching this. When I started this video, it was not the first day of Pride month yet. It was actually still the last day. But oh well. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope if you haven't used this feature, the feature of the doing the quiz to randomize the sim, maybe this video encouraged you to try that feature. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this one here. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that awesome stuff because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. All right,